everybody, welcome back to another one of my videos. If you're new, welcome. I'm Freyleyce, and this is my channel where I talk about all things dark romance, my love. So welcome back to another recommendation video. These are always my favorite to film. Today we have an extra fun one though, one that I think you guys are gonna really love, and one that I know I love too. So today I'm gonna be giving guys recommendations for the I hate everybody in the world but you trope. So this is a real popular trope. This is one that everyone loves. I mean, how can you not? And these are some bomb recs for them, okay? I don't take this lightly when I say that these are truly I hate everyone in the world but you. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say, but like I said, I don't take this lightly. I've spent like a year probably curating this list, so trust me when I tell you these are bomb recs for this trope, okay? So yeah, I'm very excited to film today's video. Thank you so much for clicking on this. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the fam. Let's get into these recommendations. If you're new here, then you might not know, but I mainly read dark romance. So these will be a lot of dark romance mixed with a few more contemporary, less darker, but still kind of dark romances. I just get bored if I don't read a dark romance. So the first one we're gonna start with is My Kind of Monster by Lilith Roman. This one is a really aesthetically pleasing book. Trust me when I tell you that not only is this cover gorgeous, the inside of this book is gorgeous too. So this is a captor-captive romance. You also have some really fantastic spicy scenes. The two characters live on a mountain, hence the snow vibes, you know. But let's get into the actual book, not just the vibes of it. So this follows Suki and Nicholas. It has to be European because I don't know how to say it. Either way, Nicholas is definitely a grump. Suki isn't quite sunshine, so this doesn't perfectly fit a grumpy sunshine trope as well, but it kind of does. Basically, he bought a mountain and he just like lives on the mountain by himself. Like, it's just him, and especially in the winter, it gives major Credence vibes because he's stuck there for like months, and especially when she's stuck there, his snowmobile breaks down. So Suki and him first meet when he's in his house on the mountain and he hears a woman screaming, and so he goes out and he doesn't quite save her because she goes basically from one monster to the next monster. Nicholas is a big anti-hero too because he, like I said, doesn't quite save her. He captures her and doesn't quite force her to stay with him, but they are forced to stay together just because they can't go anywhere. Like, the snow is so bad that they can't go anywhere and his snowmobile breaks down, so they have to spend at least a few months together, and they totally fall in love, and it's so sweet. This one's really steamy too. Nicholas is very dominant but also likes to tie her up and stuff, and so this one was such a fun ride, and it totally fits this trope because he's had a bit of a past. He's also a bit scarred, and because of that he really does not trust anyone. So he has one like colleague kind of that we see in this book, but other than that he doesn't like anyone. He doesn't trust anybody, and he only loves her. Mix that with the grump that he is, it is so sweet. I mean, it's really not, but it's as sweet as you could get for these kind of books. But yeah, enough about that. We're gonna move on to the next one. But My Kind of Monster by Lilith Roman, I highly recommend because it fits this trope perfectly, and it's just such a good dark romance. The next book I'm gonna recommend is The Sinner's Duet, I think. The first book is There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. I really don't know if that is the name of the duet. I might be wrong there, but this one is like a serial killer romance mixed with some spice and some mystery, and it is really good. So this follows Cole and Mara. Cole is a serial killer and a really big artist in San Francisco, so he's pretty famous for his art, but Mara is on the opposite side of that scale. She's an aspiring artist that is really struggling, and they kind of come across each other at like a gala or something, and Cole's enemy serial killer, who is also an artist, takes note of the way that Cole saw Mara and decides to torture her and then dump her in front of Cole, and so it kind of starts a bit of a war between them. They're definitely feuding, and Mara gets caught in the middle of it. So Cole and Mara kind of have to be together so that Mara stays alive, basically. And then they develop a bit of a relationship from there. Cole definitely gives off billionaire vibes, especially because Mara isn't as successful as him. He's just like, whatever you need, like, I'll mentor you. You can use my studio and stuff. And obviously they do, in the second book, resolve the thing with his rival Shaw. And so, yeah, Cole does not really like anyone except for Mara, like, at all. Obviously Shaw, he hates him. He doesn't really have anyone super close to him. Like, obviously he is super successful, so he has like a secretary and everything, and he's respectful to them, but he definitely doesn't love any of the other side characters except for Mara. Absolutely love it, totally recommend it. And the next book I'm going to be recommending is Torment by Dylan Page. This one is another duet, actually. It is much darker though, and it has a large aspect of mental health in this one, so I don't normally say check your triggers because I think that's kind of up to you. Like, I personally don't have many triggers, so it's never really in my mind to say that, but this one I would kind of say, like, be careful. This is one that will destroy your heart, like, for real. I've only read a few books that made me cry. This one is up there. So this follows Mina and Shay. This is a MC stepbrother romance, and it's super toxic toxic because of the mental health aspect in this. Their love is not really like healthy love. I don't really know how to say that, but yeah, basically Mina's mom marries Shay's dad, then realizes that, oh my god, they're in a motorcycle club, and she is not cool with that, but she's kind of forced to still be with Shay's dad because what are her and Mina gonna do, right? And she instantly sees that Mina and Shay are like close, like this, like instantly Shay won't let her out of his sight, and there's multiple moments in this that somebody from a rival MC club sees Mina and Shay goes ballistic, and you can see pretty quickly that it's not really healthy, but obviously they stay. Mina's mom ends up passing away, and so she stays with Shay and his dad, and that starts when they were pretty young. They're like real close right off the bat, and then a little bit later they have more of a relationship, but there's so much going on because of the MC club, and Shay's mental health is kind of going off the walls, and this also is a love triangle, so rip your heart out on many levels, and obviously depending on who you're rooting for, you might not get a happily ever after. To me, it was happily ever after, and I sobbed, but it was still happy, you know. But Shay absolutely trusts nobody. His dad, like maybe 1%, but even then, he will absolutely destroy anyone who tries to even look at Mina. But honestly, I was reading this for like the emotional roller coaster that it was. I can't tell you how much I sobbed for this. Like, I might have also been on my period. But still, this was heartbreaking. It was so good. I mean, if a book can make you cry that much, you know it's good. And it's perfect for this trope as well. Okay, the next one is actually part of a series. This is book 3? 4. I don't know. In the Hades Hangman series by Tilly Cole, another MC romance. Almost the same amount of darkness, actually. This is currently an 8-book series, and I believe Tilly Cole is working on more, which is so exciting because I was begging for some of the character stories. So while you may be daunted by the fact that it's 8 books long, don't be, because this was so good. The entire series, it's not repetitive. There's new twists and turns in the overall plot, but also the plot of each couple in each book. But specifically, we're going to be talking about Deep Redemption, which I believe is the 3rd book. This follows Maddie and Flame. Flame is obviously his MC club name. Basically, this is a story of mental health, a lot of trauma, and a recovery from said trauma, and it is so emotional. It is so emotional. If you read the first one or even the second one, then you see their story build up. So obviously, I recommend you read the first 2 because you'll be a little lost, but also it just made their story so much better because we got to see the tension over the first 2 books, and then we got to see their story, and then we sobbed, and then we moved on. But basically, they both have so much past trauma. Maddie was in a cult. Flame was abused by his father, and it's so emotional and it's so heartbreaking, but it is a really beautiful story. Flame also has Asperger's, and he struggles a lot to connect, and he's really confused a lot of the time, but Maddie is his safe space. Oh my god, it is so sweet. And he does actually have 2 best friends, and they are really close, and they help him a lot, but you'll see in this book that Maddie is just the only one that can be there for him, that can understand him, that he really truly connects with. So while he does have friends, and it's not like he won't like talk to them and be around them, but Maddie is the only one that can actually touch him, that can hug him, that can be there for him, that he can stand for longer than like 40 minutes. So it's a beautiful story, really emotional, not quite like a fun, lighthearted read, especially for darker romance, but I had to recommend it because Flame is just the definition of this. And next up, we have the Santiago Trilogy, which is a bit more of a lighthearted mafia read. It's actually Cartel. Okay, I said that wrong. It is Cartel. I feel like Cartel is such a small genre or like subgenre that there's no Cartel romances out there, which is a sad thing because after reading this one, I found out that I'm obsessed with Cartel romances and I need more. So I filmed a book haul just before filming this video, and I'm actually staring at the paperback right now of this trilogy, but I'm not gonna bring it and show you guys because it makes the lighting so bad, like so bad. So you can see it on the screen. This follows Eve and Dante. Dante is the definition of a like possessive alpha man, like oh my god, and he's a cartel boss and he's a billionaire. Like it was so good. But Eve is a criminal reporter, so basically she writes articles about criminals, and she's been following a crime syndicate for a while now, which turns out to be Dante, and her father is also an FBI agent, so there's a little bit of forbidden there, but also the aspect of like, can I actually trust you? Like, especially because he captures her, there's the aspect of like, can I trust you? Like, if I let you go, are you gonna write a fucking article about me even though we've fallen in love. And I absolutely love that aspect. Like, I loved it. I will die for a romance between a criminal and like an FBI agent or a reporter or something like that. If y'all have any recommendations for books like that, please give me, because I eat them up. So back to the book itself. Dante captures Eve and literally like flies her out to his private compound. And throughout the book, they kind of have this push and pull relationship where Eve wants to go back into her normal life, and she does, and then she realizes she doesn't want to be there. And then he finds her again, and then they kind of do it multiple times, and it never once got annoying or repetitive, trust me. But the main aspect of this that I wanted to highlight is that Dante, obviously he's a cartel boss, so he has people around him and his like right-hand man, I guess you would call him. And while his like right-hand man is a trusted friend of his, he doesn't quite put up with him sometimes, because there's literally one scene where Dante fucked up and he's kind of torturing himself because him and Eve aren't really together anymore, and he's kind of off the rails at that point. So his right-hand man, Joseph, actually reaches out to Eve and is like supporting her, and Dante finds out and absolutely goes ballistic and is like so jealous that Joseph is able to talk to Eve, but he just knows he fucked up, so he can't, right? And he actually like beats him up. Yeah, so if I Hate Everyone in the World But You was a cartel mob boss, it would be Dante. So the last book I want to talk about is Corruption by Jenica Snow. This one is a friends to lovers, second chance, dark mafia romance with a psycho hero who hates everyone in the world but her. So basically, if I had a dream book with all those tropes, it'd be this book. It would be this book. I saw the synopsis and a review, and I was like, oh my god, it's like the gods made a book for me and was like, boop, there you go. So yeah, like I said, this one is a friends to lovers. So they are part of the Russian mafia, which is the Bratva, and he is the son of a soldier and she is the son of a pack hand, which is like not a top mob boss, but one of the mob bosses. I don't really know how quite to say that. They have a forbidden friendship because she's more important and can't be seen socializing with soldiers. And then something draws him away, and he's put into this like fighting ring, and that turns him into like a cold human for like 10 years. And then he starts stalking her, and they see each other again. He captures her, and the tables get turned. There's a lot of secrets that go down, and obviously they fall back in love with each other because it is friends to lovers. You know that they had that connection from the beginning. This is also really hot. There's a lot of praise kink in this one. It was incredibly hot, and I know I keep saying this, but this one might be the most I hate everyone in the world but you on this list, because he is just so cold, ruthless, possessive to the max, y'all, to the max, and literally has no other friends. Literally, like, he's threatens everyone he meets, kills a lot of people that look at her, doesn't have any other friends other than her, which, I mean, I like that in books. In real life, maybe not so much, but in books, it's chef's kiss. Corruption by Jenica Snow, highly recommend for this trope as well. And that is the last book I'm going to be recommending to you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found a new I Hate Everyone in the World But You book boyfriend. If you have any other recommendations for this trope, please let me know down in the comments, because you know I'm always looking for new books with this trope. So yeah, thank you so much again for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. I'll see you guys in my next video very soon.